Hi, everybody. Welcome to Milgat Farms. I say everybody. I know there's not anybody here yet, but soon, hopefully, there'll be a couple of books here. My name is Kevin, along with my beautiful wife, Emily. We're the proud owners of Virginia's only USDA certified organic maple syrup farm. This weekend is our Maple Festival. It starts tomorrow. It's tomorrow and Sunday, and it's the next weekend as well. We've been working really hard to get the farm ready for everybody's going to come and visit. Our entire county is just going crazy for all the maple things that are going to be happening here in the county, starting with maple tours. Hey, everybody, this is Gabriel, my son. Hey, Gabe, you got to look right up there in the camera so they can see you. All right, let's see if we can adjust the camera a little bit. There, oh, that didn't work, did it? There we go. Now we get to see a full array of junk in the back over there, and we get to see my son and his messy hair. So you want to sit right here with me?
Yes.
So on the live stream today, we're going to be talking about what's going on the farm, what has happened on the farm, and we're going to do this for maybe 30 minutes, maybe a little bit less, because we're not quite ready yet. The barn is almost there. We've got some other things we need to be doing just to kind of tidy it up and be ready for chores in the morning, which include feeding hay and some other things. So we have got to do the animals too. Please stop that, okay?
Okay.
We have to feed the animals in the morning. We have to feed hay along with feeding all of our sheep and the alpacas and the ducks and whatnot. As you can see right now over here, we still have a little bit of sunlight left. So just as soon as this is over, we're going to head down to do the ducks, which you can't see, it's that way. We're going to get our ducks and geese in before it gets dark so nothing gets them. So Gabriel's going to help me with that. You got to get your shoes, and you got to get your socks, and we got to get a jacket so the two of us can go down and get that done. We've got the side-by-side staged outside, so that should go pretty easy. So what else has been going on in the farm? Well, right now, my son will not stop sitting if he will not sit still. So if he doesn't sit still, he's going to have to leave. So do you understand what I'm saying?
Ow.
You need to sit still, okay? Because if you don't sit still, Gabe, you're going to have to go out. So let me start with Sunday. We started making, let's see what happened on Sunday. The kids and the wife, they went to church. I stayed home to take care of some chores and some things on the farm. I don't like to miss church, but this week I did miss church. And we made some maple syrup on Sunday night. It was awesome. It really was. And then, hey, fix the rust bucket. That is Mr. Chris, I believe. So you really got to stop, okay? So on Sunday night, I let Emily know that I was having some chest pains on the last couple of nights. Well, let me back up. For all those folks who are coming to this video that want an update about the farm stand, let me give that to you real quick, and then I'll continue my story about Sunday. The farm stand thief has not been caught. That hasn't happened yet. Now, I will say that the deputy who was doing the investigation found his dad at a local gas station. We only have two, and found him at a local gas station and confronted him. Learned that the son is now over in Greenbrier County, West Virginia, which is about an hour and a half from us. It's not too far from Lewisburg, and that's where the gentleman, the young man, or the thief, if you will, is currently living. So I take that with kind of a grain of salt, because the father is also under investigation for, well, I don't know what for. I have heard, but I'm not exactly sure. Suffice to say, we know that he's under investigation, so I don't really trust what he's saying. At any rate, he's not been picked up. He's also not stolen from us. Now, that doesn't mean he hasn't stolen from other people, but in our county, he hasn't been coming up on the radar. And I will tell you, that deputy is really good. He remembered that car from some of the videos, and when he saw the car, that's when he just stopped and went over and had a conversation with the guy. So I believe that eventually when that young man comes back through our county, that he's going to be found and they're going to pick him up and take him. Now, he is on, I don't know a lot about this, but there's some kind of arrest warrant register nationally. I don't know what that's called. At any rate, if he gets picked up anywhere, he could be brought back to here. Our sheriff and deputies are willing to go get him if he's within a state or so of us. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, back to the other story, and that is on Sunday night. So on Sunday night, we finished making syrup. Well, we weren't really finished at that point, but I made some maple syrup. And I happened to mention to my wife that, hey, I'm feeling some kind of chest pains at night, and it's kind of hard for me to sleep. It wakes me up. and she got kind of surprised. I mean, I didn't really think anything of it. I'm a pretty healthy guy. I haven't been to the doctor in a long time. I don't generally get sick. But at any rate, she called a couple of friends over at the hospital, and they said you need to go to the hospital, and so I did. So Sunday night I went to the hospital, and they did a lot of tests. Not a lot. They did a few tests to make sure I didn't have a heart attack. And I don't know what the enzyme is in your body that when you have a heart attack, it's elevated. So they did 3 tests on me while I waited in the emergency room, or I wasn't really in the emergency room. I was in the waiting room, but they put an IV in me, which I hate needles. That's not my thing. I don't like needles at all. At any rate, they did it and they took the test, and it wasn't elevated. So they think it's something maybe in my stomach. I don't have indigestion. I don't have heartburn. I don't know anything about that. Let me turn this down.
Sorry.
It's in my pocket. So sorry.
Sorry.
So at this point, my discharge papers, they let me out around 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. My sister lives down the street from the hospital. I went to spend the night at her house, and I came home the next day. My discharge paper said, you need to go to the cardiologist within 1 day of leaving. Well, that's kind of interesting because the cardiologist wouldn't accept the ER doctor's referral. So now I've got to go to a primary, which I don't have a primary. My primary retired. So I went to the VA, and the primary, hold on, and the primary, what did he say? I've got to get a primary visit first to get a referral to go to cardiologist. And I was lucky to get one for this coming Friday, not today, next week. So at any rate, I'm gonna go to that primary next Friday, hopefully get a referral, and then within a week or so, I'm gonna go back to that. I'm gonna go to that cardiologist, and we'll see what's going on. I feel fine. Every now and again, though, I do feel some pain right below. I don't know if it's my stomach or what, but it keeps me up. Now, as soon as I get up, hey, it's all gone. So I don't know. Maybe you've had some problems like this, and if you have, let me know. I'm curious. I'm a really relatively healthy guy. I was a pretty good runner for many, many years, and triathlete, mountain biker. I did a lot of off-road tries, and when I was very fit. At this age, I'm not fit. That's for sure. I do walk up and down on the mountain, but I'm not as fit. Gabriel, you sit over here, please. So sit right here. So yes, I did go to Stony Ridge Farm yesterday and pick up a heater. It's in the barn working. It's really neat. It's called a Sunfire heater, and it runs off of diesel. And in 1 hour, how do I put it? It heated my barn up 15 degrees in 1 hour. So I went from like 34 to approximately 40 something degrees, and it was nice. So tomorrow morning, we're going to heat that barn up with that heater, and we'll see how it does. What else went on this week? So that was Thursday. That was yesterday. Oh my! So yesterday I got up at 2:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I left the farm at 2:30, and that's when I went down to Josh's place, picked up the heater, and then came back. Is there somebody here?
3 people.
Well, we're not going to meet with them right now.
No, 3 cars.
That's fine. Sit on down. So we've got some folks who wanted a tour today, and we're not going to be able to do it because we're talking to you. Let's see. Well, you guys are live at the same time tonight. What? Josh is doing a live? I didn't know that. Well, I'm sure he does really good live. So you want to go check him out. I don't know if I can check him out and do a live at the same time. Yes, he just said yes, buddy. So on this video, let's see what else we can talk about. We've been making a little bit of maple syrup. We've been getting ready for Maple Festival. Please shut that door. Well, I'm getting ready for Maple Festival all week, and we're still not ready. We got a lot to get done. I wish we could have gotten more done, but me being off the farm a day and a half, 2 days, it was pretty much a challenge for me. And so by tomorrow, we'll see if we got it all done or not. Either way, people are coming over, and it's going to be a good time. Last year, I posted a video of 1,000 people who came through our barn in a day, and I think that was pretty cool. It really was. So I would have to agree with you. Our healthcare system is a little on the different side. We, believe it or not, we don't have health insurance like everybody else. We have a thing called Medicare. And Medicare, I think it's right. Medicare, not Medicare. I'm an idiot. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what it's called. It's a cost sharing program. It's a Christian cost sharing. Medi share. I'm having a senior moment. I'm definitely tired. That's for sure. I'm on limited sleep. So Maple Festival is this weekend. It starts tomorrow. It's tomorrow and Sunday. We have a couple days off. Then it's next weekend as well. Although we say we have a couple days off, we did get a really big order from not Harris Teeter, but Food Lion. So we're going to be bottling that starting either Sunday afternoon, if nothing's really going on the farm and we're up in the barn, we might as well be bottling, or we'll be bottling on Monday and Tuesday, labeling on Wednesday, Thursday. I'm going to the doctor on Friday, and I'm going to deliver on Monday after Maple Festival. So we'll see how all that goes. What's been going on with you, Chris? Let me know. What project are you working on right now? I know that truck, you finished that truck a while ago, so you've got something else in the mix, I'm sure. Emily is this weekend going to be in town. It's going to be myself here on the farm doing Maple Festival along with another Kevin and his wife Mal. And she's really cool. She's Sri Lanka, and she grew up in Britain, or the UK, if you was. If that's the same. I'm going to call it a senior moment at this point. But she grew up in London and was schooled there, and a very, very British accent, that's for sure. She does the tours. I'll do a few tastings. Charity, one of our neighbors, is coming over, and she's going to do some tastings as well. And I'm going to be like a bar backer. So I'm going to make sure they have plenty of syrup. If they have any questions, I can help answer those questions. My wife told me a few years ago, stop doing the tours because you get too detailed. So Mal does a great time with the tours, that's for sure. Yeah, that's right. I remember that Firebird. I had a 68. I had a bunch of them. I love those 68 models. And I think the 72 is a nice looking car as well. So it's 6:11. I can't think of, I really want to give you guys updates. The animals have been a challenge this week. We did lose an alpaca, and that is she was very old, and it was about to happen, and it did happen. And so that makes us pretty sad. We've got a lot of lambs. You might have heard them over there in the other room. One of the moms had a couple babies and wasn't letting them get on her for milk, which is kind of interesting because these lambs have been in our house about a week now. But one of the other lambs down there is stealing milk from her. So I don't know what's going on. But we've got in the barn probably 6 moms, and I don't know how many lambs are in there. There's only maybe a half a dozen or better. In the pasture, we have 5 or 6 moms and only 2 lambs. So, and that's in the female pasture. Jackson came back today from Hidden Springs Homestead, which is not too far from us. Jackson was there doing some business, if you will. We pimped him out. Andrew needed a ram, and Andrew's just been so kind to us. And the least we could do is give him a ram, and he did. He kept him for a month or so, maybe 2 months. So Jackson had a great time, but he came back to the farm today, and when he did, he's back down there with his friends, doing well. Hopefully, they're not all beat up because they do have to establish some dominance again because he's been gone for a little while. The beef cows are doing well. I put out a video. I don't know if you can see it. It's almost gone. Where I think last week I was down there playing with Biscuit, and Biscuit is getting to be a bull. We want to be very not protective of him, but protective of ourselves because he's getting a little ornery at times. So I've been down there every time I can during the day. If I'm going by there, I'll stop in and just visit him, pet him, just to keep him socialized a little bit because he's still got a little more work to do on the farm before he either goes to freezer camp or he's sold as a stud. I can't really say a stud. I don't know what you call a bull, but we'll sell him as an A2 jersey. He's a great bull, that's for sure. But I want to make sure that he's not mean. So I've been down there, and the other day that I was down there, he licked me right across the face. So I like to bump noses with him. He'll put his nose right there on my nose. Daisy does the same thing. Neko does the same thing. Porter, he's real standoffish. He didn't always do it. So Biscuit and I were doing that. And when I came up, I looked away. When I did, he licked me right there. And it was like 40 grit sandpaper. So it just peeled the skin right off my face. It was terrible. And I just kept bleeding. I didn't know it. I just felt like, boy, that just hurt. And I rubbed my hand. Nothing happened. Well, a couple minutes later, I rubbed again because it really was burning, and I pulled it away, and it was just full of blood. Um, it's not his fault. He's just being sociable. That's all. So the beef cows are doing well. The cottage is doing quite well. We had a gentleman, and I may have put it in a video description. Mr. Parker. He came to visit us, back in the fall, where he did two videos, one on our county, but he came here to learn about maple syrup. And when he did, he got enough footage to do a second video, and that ran on CBS affiliates throughout Virginia. Dave Parker is his name. He's out of the beach area. And once this video is over, I won't be able to do it tonight, but in the description below, probably tomorrow, the next day, I'll see if I can get a copy of that video or a link so you can watch it. Both the videos were really good. I'd love to have that as our like home screen video. Now, I can't do that kind of work, that's for sure. But he did a great job. And so while he was here, he said, look, I'd like to come out and help you sometime. And I thought, well, let me see here. That would be neat. And so we had some availability in the cottage. I blocked it. He came for like 3 or 4 days. We got a lot of stuff done. We made syrup. It was just a ton of fun. And all I can say is thank you. Between him and Ludford and Kevin and Mal and Hidden Springs Homestead, we have been blessed beyond measure this year with folks who want to come out and help. Speaking of which, if you ever want to come to the farm, just go to our website, Milgat Farms, and let me know. We'd love to have you come out. We do have to schedule that because there's a lot going on, especially now. We're about to finish maple season, which is a good opportunity to come up and untap trees and get a little workout in because it's not exactly flat, let me tell you. But we've got to untap our trees here in the next 2 weeks, is what I'm thinking. Well, the water's still running, but it's most likely going to stop running next week. So at the end of next week, we've got to hit that mountain pretty hard and get those taps undone, cleaned, seeded, do the entire bush, then go back around the entire bush and remove all the taps. Oh, which would you like to see? My Firebirds? I don't have them anymore. I don't have any nice cars. Well, I mean, let me back up. I do have a really nice truck, but my car that we currently have is a 95 Honda Civic. And it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but I've had that car since '97, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's really cool. Not a Firebird, not a muscle car at all. It's built for fuel efficiency. Back in '92, it's a VTEC motor, and they kind of flipped it for fuel efficiency versus speed. Likewise, I had a NSX. Now that's the VTEC motor as well. That was speed. That was kind of cool. I really enjoyed that, but I never really drove it. I drove my Civic more than I drove the NSX. So there is currently 7 people in here watching. We're 18 minutes in. I've got a few minutes. If you have any questions or any thoughts, do let me know. It's getting darker out there, and I'm going to have to run and chase some ducks in a minute, and then go down to the barn and do all of the waters. And I may even set up my hay for tonight so that I'm not, rushing in the morning, because tomorrow morning is going to be a little crazy. I don't know that we're going to have a video out on Sunday. I'd like to have a video on Sunday, but I can't be 100% sure because of Maple Festival. And I'd love to do a live, but I can't quite figure out how to make it work on my phone. Well, so even if I did a live, I don't know that I can do a live and read on my phone any kind of comments. So we have a couple of those coming in now. Yes, Chris, I am getting ready to untap. So for me, what we do here on the farm, as soon as the water stops running or gets buddy, which is true sap coming in at that point, that's when we need to hit that entire sugar bush to untap, squirt some permeate in every single tap, if you will, and let the vacuum suck it down. We seat the tap back together, go to the next tree, and we do that throughout the entire bush. It's about 60 acres. We have around 3,000 taps. Once it's all done, every tap is looped back down. Then vacuum's still on, or actually the vacuum will come off at that point. We will go back around every single tap and then pop it. Now, meaning pop it, take it off, drop it, and then let it dry out so that next year that we're ready to put the tap back on. I might actually pull the taps this year, meaning cut them all off as well. That would certainly make next year a little bit easier. Now, if you hear in the back of the background, we got 3 dogs in the house, and they're all like stinking huge. Odin right now is like he's covered most of the dining room, and so is this one that's barking. B Dog, she's doing well. She's under the dining room table. She's pretty quiet. The other two, Odin only barks when you stick him on tether on the front porch, but that one's annoying. That's for sure. A 69 Firebird 400. That's really cool. But you have a Subaru now. Yeah, we got a minivan. It's really cool. It's all-wheel drive too, which is really, really nice. We have two of them. One's older than the other. We use the old one to put miles on, going places, and then the other one we do it for traveling if we're going to travel. Not that we do that much during maple season, that's for sure. So we're at 20 minutes. There's 7 of us here. I would encourage you to let me know who you are, what you're doing here in the live stream, where you're watching from. It's really cool. And do consider hitting that thumbs up. I know we don't get a lot of videos, and I was kind of thinking about that recently, in that there are people who are really good at doing videos, meaning like Josh, for instance, at Stony Ridge Farm. He is great at doing videos, and he's entertaining. I'm not entertaining, and I'm not really good at videos, but I do love sharing what we do here on the farm. This time of the year, it's really maple. We're going to be moving into the gardening season not too long, and then we've got hay season, a little bit of a break, if you will, because we're doing gardening, and then we've got fair season, which is the end of the summer, possibly some more hay. I don't know, but all the time we have people coming and going in our B&B. So beginning about April, we start to get booked up really hard, or really tight, if you will, full, all the way through December 31st. So it's truly a blessing. That's for sure. Sounds like somebody's coming in. Where's your socks, buddy? I need you to go get your socks so we can go. Okay. So Gabriel and I are going to go do some chores here in just a minute.
Not having.
It's not hard to get behind on videos. For me, my focus is, if we look at the focus in the real world, for me, it's like it's God, then my wife, then myself, then my kids. So that's how I live my life, and everything comes after that. Then YouTube, anything else, my work and that sort of stuff. So when I think about doing YouTube in general, it's hard to do what I do, film it, and then create a story about it. And I'm not even good at that. That's for sure. I think I'm getting better at my editing, but it can be a challenge. Let me say that. We're at 22 minutes. Miss Missy, hi. Look at that. Somebody said hi, Gabe. Can you say hi?
Hi.
You gotta look at the camera and say hi.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, look at my face. My face is all burnt. That's terrible.
You know what happened?
What?
Remember the
Biz?
skull?
Yeah.
The skull I found up there when I was going.
Yeah.
She took it.
No. Oh, she took it out of there? That's
Yes.
okay. We got another one coming.
No.
We'll talk about this in a minute. So, okay. Cindy from sunny South Florida, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Thank you for being in a lot of our videos, especially in the comments. That means a lot to us. It really, truly does. Thank you, GL779. We really appreciate it. Nancy Schaefer, thank you. Thanks a lot. So a lot of times Emily will be here reading the comments, and what you can't see right now is that my screen is right here in front of me, and I can look up here in the camera. I can't look down there and look at the comments at the same time and try to engage. I'm just not that good. So Emily will sometimes help me out with that, and it works really well. Today, Gabriel is more focused on you or our camera than he is, not camera, but the screen than he is the camera. So that's why he's looking down all the time. Thank you very much, Chris. It's good to see you in the comments. Thanks for coming over and visit with us. Our video for the farm stand seems to be picking up some traction. We have some more subscribers, and that's wonderful. One thing I would hope is that anybody who's subscribing during that they stick around. They really do. We have a great community here on the channel. Everybody is absolutely supportive and wonderful. And there goes Gabriel shushing everybody. I think Emily might come and she might not. But we definitely have some really wonderful people here on the channel. And I am grateful for everybody who does watch our videos and comments, shares them, whatever goes on that. It's really neat. I love to hear from you. I love knowing where you're watching from. It's kind of neat to learn that people all around the world can see what we're doing here. It really is. let's see if did I miss any questions? I don't think I have. It is now 25 minutes and it's about time for me to go do some animals because it's about dark. So I'm looking out over here. Thanks a lot for watching our video. Do again consider giving us a thumbs up. Who's coming in? Please shut the door. Shut the door, please. This is my daughter Isabel, and then we're going to take off here in just a minute. Thanks a lot for the thumbs up, everybody. Long Island, New York. I have a customer up there, Mr. Handwarmer. I've got to send him some syrup. He's a wonderful guy. I think he's way out on the island. I don't know a lot about the island. And I've got another friend who lives in West Babylon who owns a body shop. That's what I used to do. And Hassel Auto Body is his name. Doug Hassel, really wonderful guy. We're going to stay warm, that's for sure. Hopefully we're going to get a little more snow tonight. It's going to be nice. Thanks a lot, everybody, for watching. I've got to get to my mouse. I'm going to click off, and I will see you soon in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, you going to say it is? God bless you.
God bless you.